ASTATechCenter presents Primavera P6 lesson. Please like the video, subscribe it and don't forget to press the bell icon.
Primavera P6 Professional. Lesson 7, Resources. In this lesson, we will cover topics such as understanding resources, resource types, creating resources, adding resources to activity, duration types, budgeted cost, expenses, understanding resources. Resources can be defined as people or worker, material, and equipment. A task or activity is achieved by taking these resources. Resources are global items, and hence, can be shared across projects. Resources can also be shared among the activities of the same project by taking it from resource pool or resource library. Over-allocation of resource. At times, the resources are over-allocated. They get over-allocated when they exceed stored quantities. Primavera P6 can level the over-allocated resources automatically, or same can also be done manually. Creating resource using Resource Wizard. A resource pool can be built up or created in Resource window by selecting Resources from Enterprise drop-down menu, or by clicking the Resources tool on right side vertical toolbar. Click the Add button to activate the Resource Wizard. Provide a resource ID, say DSPB for our case of our school project, and name as District School Project, Bhubaneswar, DSPB. Then click Next. Creating resources using Resource Wizard. Leave the Auto Computing Actual dialog box and click Next. On getting Congratulations dialog box, click Finish button. By going through Resource Wizard, District School Project Bhubaneswar, DSPB, is created. Make it non-labor type, as this resource is management. Under the column Resource Type, select Non-Labor from the drop-down list.
Adding and creating resource hierarchy in Resource window. In Resource window, create project name, DSPB, and click the right arrow. By keeping the pointer on DSPB, select Add menu from the drop-down list. Create second level of resources hierarchy, such as admin, engineer, trade, material, equipment and so on, for DSPB, and adjust the level of hierarchy by using left and right arrows from right vertical toolbar. Similarly, also create the third level of resource hierarchy by clicking the Add button and add Office Assistant, Data Entry Operator, Estimator and Office Boy under Admin, and under Material, create Tor Steel Fe 500, Cement Mortar. 3. Concrete M25, Shuttering and so on. Under Trade, create skilled and unskilled mason, carpenter, steel fitter, plumber and labor etc. Create also for equipment, such as crane, roller, tractor, and trailer, batching plant, JCB, and so on.
Adding attributes to resources. Attributes to resource. Supposing you like to add attributes to Site Civil Engineer, select it from Top Layout, and then click the General tab from Bottom Layout. Check the Resource ID and Resource Name, enter Employer ID as DSPB and title as District School Project, Bhubaneswar, add email ID, and phone no. Again click Details tab, select it as Non-Labor, currency as Indian Rupee, calendar as District School Calendar, 6 days working, check Default Unit versus Time as 8 hours per day. Under Unit versus Price tab, provide the effective date from when the rate will be applicable. If there is a change in price, use the Add button and provide the date and rate. Under Note tab, you may provide any essential text you want to attach to this resource. Adding new unit of measure. In order to have a new unit of measure, click Admin menu, and from drop-down list, select User Preferences. In User Preferences dialog box, click Units and Measure tab. By using Add button, a new unit say Chu. M is abbreviation, and unit name as cubic meter is added to the list. Adding attributes to resources. For current study, only use the 4 tabs from bottom layout, such as General, Details, Units and Prices and Notes. Please note that, if you have one person to work for 10 days, then maximum units versus time is 80. For rate, provide hourly rate, say, it may be 130 Indian rupees. Adding resources to activity. In order to add resources to an activity, say for providing and laying of concrete M25 and raft, in our case of district school project, Bhubaneswar, select the activity, and then select the bottom layout, and click Resource tab. By right-clicking the table header, click Customize Resource Columns. A pop-up window appears. Click the downward arrow for available options, and select Expand All, and click and select the items such as Recourse ID, Resource Name, Budgeted Units, Budgeted Cost, Budgeted Unit per Time, and Original Duration. Adding resources to activity. Click Add Resource button, and select Resources for the District School Project Bhubaneswar, from Assign Resource window, by clicking Assign button. For the activity Concrete M25 and Raft, select Resources Concrete, Skilled Mason, Semi-Skilled Mason, Steel Fitter, Vibrator, Operator and Labor. Provide 100 cm as budgeted units. Price per unit is 5,300 Indian rupees. For Concrete M25, is already assigned while building resource library, the budgeted cost. Adding resources to activity automatically appears as 530,000 Indian rupees. Since the duration is 1 day, the entire work to be completed in a day. From experience, it is known that for 100 cm concrete work, getting concrete from RMC and using a mobile pump, labor force required R, skilled mason 4, unskilled mason 2, steel fitter 6 and laborer 12. Get all these from resource pool. Here you have 2 choices to assign the workforce. 1. Either assign the workers by repeating the assign button number times as per the required number of each resource, or 2. Increase the value of each resource in budgeted units column, considering 8 hours day work. As an example, for skilled mason, 4 number, click assign button 4 times, in assign resource window, or modify the value as 32 for budgeted units column. Repeat same for others resources.
Adding resources to activity.
Duration types for resources. Primavera P6 uses 4 kind of duration types. 1. Fixed duration in units, where unit per time is variable. 2. Fixed duration in units per time, where unit is variable. 3. Fixed units, where duration and units per time are variable. 4. Fixed units per time, where duration and units are variable. If the duration is constrained, it is advisable to use either fixed duration and units or fixed duration and units per time, depending upon what is given. In case where recourses are constraints, use either fixed units or fixed units per time. Duration types for resources. While assigning resources to an activity, you must select a duration type first for activity, so that the variables are decided. This can be done by adding an extra column as duration types in the tabular layout. Changing user preferences for duration types. One more setting to be done in user preferences window. Here click the calculation tab and look into the 2 alternates given under resources assignments. If you select the reserve the units, duration and units per time for existing assignment, P6 will not change the variables while assigning resources. If you select recalculate the units, duration and units per time, then P6 will calculate the variables while assigning resources to activities. Budgeted costs. Now you can view the budgeted values by adding columns, such as budgeted material cost, budgeted labor cost, and budgeted total cost. Hence, for the concrete M25 and raft, The budgeted labor cost is 12,960 Indian rupees, budgeted material cost is 530,000 Indian rupees and budgeted total cost is 542,960 Indian rupees. Defining expenses. At times, expenditures made in a project are non-labor types, called as expenses. For example, payment made to a consultant in doing a study. While recording the expenses, in the Expenses tab, at bottom layout, right-click on the table heading, and select Expense Item, such as Cost Account, Expense Category, Accrual Type, Budgeted Cost, Actual Cost, Remaining Cost and Vendor Expenses. In case of monitoring the vendor's progress at client end, say in case of Item Rate Contract for District School Project, DSPB, click the Expense tab at bottom layout and enter Activities Item as Concrete M25 and Raft, Cost Account as RCC M25, Expenses Category as Vendor 1, Accrual Type as Uniform over Activity. Budgeted cost is 542,960 Indian rupees. Actual cost and remain cost shows 0 as project is yet to start. Enter vendor as Vendor 1, Civil Contractor. Primavera P6 Software Demonstration. Lesson 7, Topics.
Closely observe the steps so that you get familiar with the sequence of operations. Thank you for watching the video. Please like the video, subscribe it and don't forget to press the bell icon.